So the class I have for you today is, I'm calling it Good Mood Yin. We're working on we're going to embrace the liver meridian. And the liver meridian stimulates the emotions of anger and kindness, frustration. So the idea is that unblocking any blockages in these meridian lines should leave you feeling in a good mood. So good mood yin today. All right, so sitting comfortably, and let's take a mudra. We'll take the thumb and ring fingers to touch. Place the palms turned up on the knee. And I'm sitting up on a block. If you want a little bit of height, sit on a blanket or something. Otherwise, just taking a moment to allow yourself to arrive to your practice. Take a deep breath in. Inhaling and exhaling. So allow the muscles to start to relax, allow the bones to connect with gravity down towards the earth. And as we arrive into our space, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that I'm practicing on, so the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. Pay my respects to the Aboriginal elders and Torres Strait Islanders, past, present and emerging. So feeling into the spirit of the earth, the spirit of the space that you're in, the energies around you. Take another deep breath in, fully expanding the body, and exhale, just release, letting go. And to begin our practice, we'll take some Nadi Shodhana, some alternate nostril breathing. Breathing in through one nostril and out through the other. So I'm going to use the mudra where I take my index and middle finger to the base of the thumb. Thumb blocks the right nostril and the ring finger blocks the left. When you're ready, block the right nostril, inhale left. Block the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Block the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Block the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Block the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block the right, exhale left. Well done. Release the hands. Allow yourself to come back to normal breathing and just notice how you feel after the alternate nostril breathing. A little bit more harmonious, a little bit more balanced in the interior space. Good. And the first pose we're going to do in our Good Mood Yin is a toe squat. So we're going to do a toe squat and then an ankle stretch. So we'll hold the toe squat for about 2 minutes, and then we'll do an ankle stretch for about 1 minute. So the toe squat is when we curl our toes under, we sit back on our heels. If it's way too strong for you, you can keep your arms forward if you need to. But just challenging yourself to sit back onto the toes. You might like to manually spread the pinky toe out, placing a little bit of pressure onto the feet. And this helps to stimulate the acupressure points at the base of the toes. You might feel like an energizing jolt through the body. It's kind of like, can be like having a little espresso sometimes. But see if you can just, as you do this, focus on the breath. So inhaling, feeling the belly expand, and exhaling, release. Also bring your awareness to the connection of the earth supporting your toes. And also supporting your knees. Just a few more breaths in our toe squat. Thinking of all the myriad benefits that this practice, this position, this pose is bringing to us. Energizing and easefulness it will bring to the body when we release it. One more deep breath in. Exhale slowly. And well done. So slowly release. Lean your weight forward into the palms and give your toes a tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap the toes out and then sit back onto the heels. Take your hands behind you and lift your knees up slightly. We're taking a little ankle stretch now. So starting at the feet, opening up and stretching out the ankles. Also getting a little stretch across the front of the body here. You can take your weight into your hands. It should feel good. It shouldn't feel too hard, this position. Nice little, but you will be feeling a stretch across the tops of your ankles. We're only holding this for half the time of the toe squat. Good, and very gently release. Well done. All right, come onto all fours now. Give your toes a little tap again. Releasing that, and maybe curl your toes under. We're going to come into a dangle now. So a dangle is when it's basically a folded forward bend. Your knees are bent and your head is relaxed forward. So you're getting the benefits of an inversion. Now, if you have a wall and you'd like to lean on the wall, that's also an option. Or you can just stand on your mat. So your knees are slightly bent. Your head is relaxed. Your feet are about hip distance apart. And you're going to feel it a little bit in the backs of the legs. And just imagine the torso pouring out of the pelvic bowl here. Relaxing the crown of the head down towards the floor.
So getting the benefits of the reverse of circulation with the head below the heart. Good, and then slowly, we're not going to come up, we're just going to keep our feet hip distance and drop our hips down and come into a squat. We're going to hold our squat now, so if you find it hard to hold a squat, you can place a blanket under your feet if you need to. But this is a very grounding pose. We're getting into the inside seams of the legs. Choose a point to focus on in front of you and just allow the whole of your being, of the physical body, to sink downwards with gravity. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, relaxing the jaw. Well done. We're going to repeat that sequence now. So hands down to the floor, push your hips up again, bend your knees and soften them slightly. Head dangles forward, holding on to your elbows if you'd like to. Really take your awareness to the connection with your feet and the earth. Feel the heaviness there, the density. As you relax the upper back and the head. Good, and sinking down now, coming back into your squat. Pulling the blanket under your feet if you need to. Just lifting the heart, gazing forward, choosing a point to focus on as you let go in the groin and the hips.
Good, and then gently releasing our squat. We'll just transition. We'll come into a child's pose before we go to the next pose. So just sink your hips back towards your ankles, relaxing the tissues in the back. Let the head relax down. Take a moment in your child's pose. Good, and then slowly push the floor away. Come up, take a breath. And we're going to find our frog pose. So some of these poses you might notice are a little bit challenging, but they do feel amazing after. So frog pose is one where we have to let go to the inner seams of the legs and exactly where the liver meridian goes, in the groin. I'm placing my blanket crossways across my mat because it's nice to have something under your knees. So as you deepen into the pose, you can release down. So if frog's too much for you today, you can do a tadpole. So tadpole is when your knees and your hips are aligned and then your toes touch. The frog is when your knees and hips are aligned and your ankles and knees are aligned. So just really important to check that alignment. Yeah, that's right. So knees out from the hips. You can place a bolster underneath you if you like to. Otherwise, just coming down onto the arms. So knees out wide, relaxing into the groin, ankles in line with the knees, softening here. We'll be in this pose for around 3 minutes. So working out your principles of yin, so finding the place of resistance of where you can get to, and then using your breath to allow yourself to soften and let go a little bit more. Just check that your hips don't come forward. Keep your hips back and in line with your knees.
Good, and very slowly, think about how you're going to come up before you come up. So slowly taking yourself out of the pose, working out what you need to do to stretch out. Feel good. And then we'll come into a sleeping swan. So sleeping swan is basically your pigeon. I'm going to grab a bolster. You might like to have a bolster underneath you. That's optional. And we'll bring our left leg forward first. So this is, again, you can really feel working the insides of the legs and the hips, releasing any blockages there, any tension. So a real letting go. So I'm going to bring the bolster under me to really allow myself to soften more. Yeah, right leg forward. Take your time, take a breath, and then just let yourself come into the pose. Just a full release there, softening the belly, softening the shoulders. Taking your time. You're getting that external rotation in the right hip and the left hip moving down towards the floor, softening your feet and the backs of your legs. And then very slowly take your time to come up. Release any bolsters or support you have. And from here, before we go to the other side, we're going to take our dragon with the right leg forward. So very slowly and gently bring your right leg forward and just sink down, getting that hip flexor stretch in the left leg. Hands over the knees. If it's too much, you can take your hands down. And just sinking down now, relaxing the pelvic bowl, relaxing the inner groin. We're going to take 2 positions here in our dragon, so the dragon cycle. And if it becomes too intense, just let it sigh out of the mouth. Good, and then very gently release your hands down inside that front foot. Turn the right foot out slightly. We're coming into our winged dragon. So the right, you come onto the right pinky side of the foot so the knee can come out slightly. And you might stay there, or you can come down onto a bolster or your forearms. Just getting a little bit more of a stretch there. We'll hold this for about 1 minute. Good, and slowly and gently take your time, push yourself back up and release that right leg. Okay, so we get to do the sleeping swan now on the other side. So when you're ready, left leg comes forward across your mat into your sleeping swan, relaxing the back leg, external rotation in the left leg now. If you'd like to use a support and you did on the other side, then drag the support under you. And take your time to come into the pose, maybe taking a breath first. And eventually just folding forward, surrendering, releasing. Well done. Slowly and gently start to push the floor away from you to come up. Finding our dragon cycle on this side now. So the left leg steps forward. And we start by coming up onto the knee. Leaning in. Feeling that hip flexion stretch on the right leg now. Letting go with gravity into the groin, inner legs. Well done. And finding the deeper stretch now by coming down, opening that left knee and coming onto the pinky toe side of the foot. Kind of at a 45-degree angle, coming forward and release. And this is real second chakra work as well. The water element going with the flow. It's working out where you can let go, where you can release and let go of control. Good, and slowly and gently unravel, release that. Take your time, come back, and we'll find our supine butterfly. So I think it's a good idea to do this supported, taking the bolster behind you. And you can actually do this, if you don't want to do it in a butterfly, you can do it with your legs straight. We haven't done much upper back work because we're working on this liver channel, but just to add a little bit more release in the upper back, we'll do this pose. So draping over the bolster, and you're still getting the benefits of that liver meridian work with the legs in butterfly. So palms turned up, lying back, and this definitely is a good mood yin pose. So lying back, just allowing the shoulders to drape over the bolster, feel the support underneath you. And just take a few deep breaths here. Full breaths, filling up the whole of the body. And exhaling, softening, slowing down, letting go.
Well done. And slowly start to manually bring the legs together, bring the knees together. And take your time to find your way onto your back. Lying on your back. We'll take a little twist here. So lying on your back, and then bring your right knee into your chest, give it a hug. Squeeze the right knee towards the right underarm. And then interlock the hands behind the thigh. Send that right leg up to the sky. Push through your heel. Take a breath. Opening up through the hamstring. And then bend that right knee. Take the left hand to the outside of the leg and bring the leg across the body into a twist. So the right arm can come at a diagonal, relaxing the shoulder. And just feeling that beautiful stretch, that beautiful twist across the center of the body. Soften and relax here. Well done. And slowly release that right leg. Take a moment to notice the two sides of the body, the difference that you feel from having that stretch on the right leg. And then hug the left knee in, squeeze it in. Interlock the hand behind the thigh. Send the foot up to the ceiling. Breathe into the back of the knee. Just trying to straighten that leg. And then bend the knee, take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Draw that knee across the body. Stretch your left arm out now at an angle diagonally behind you, and turn the head to the left as you go, as your knee drops down to the right. Well done. And slowly unravel, coming back to center and setting up for a lovely Shavasana. So place the blanket over you if you're cold. Lying back, place a bolster under your knees if you need to. And just taking your palms beside you, palms turned up. Allow the whole body now to relax down into the earth, feeling the solidity of the earth supporting you, the embrace of Mother Earth's arms. And just soften and release for the final few minutes. Gently deepen your breath. Bring the awareness back into your body. When you're ready, move your fingers and your toes. Maybe drawing the knees in. Rolling to the right side. Taking your time to slowly come up. Rubbing the palms together, creating some warmth. Placing them over your eyes. Maybe blink your eyes open, looking up, down, left, right in the palms of your hands. And just giving your face a rub, a little rub on your ears, a little tug. And then inhale. Float your arms up, gathering strength and energy for the rest of your evening. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Sealing the practice with a primordial Om. Inhaling. And surrender to the grace of the universe. Namaste.